In today's video, I am going to share with you 12 services that you can choose from and start offering to clients as a virtual assistant. The purpose of today's video is to give you a starting point if you are a complete beginner, because there are hundreds of services that you can choose from and start offering to clients. But these 12 services that I'm going to share with you today, I am sure you will find at least a few that are going to be right for you, because some services are more technical than some services. So the type of services that you choose are going to depend on the skills that you already have and your own learning capability. So I want you to take note of all the 12 services that I'm going to mention in this video, and then you can evaluate each service. What does this service require? What do you need in order to offer this type of service? And then you can decide on your own what type of services you can start offering to clients, because some services are more technical than some services. Okay, with that in mind, we are going to start with the first one, which is data entry. Obviously, if you want to work as a virtual assistant, it is a good idea to know how to perform data entry tasks. And data entry is one of the easy to learn services really, because all you need to know in order to work as a data entry virtual assistant, you just need to know how to use Microsoft Excel and Google Sheet. And if you have no experience using Microsoft Excel or Google Sheet, it will take you just a few days in order to learn the basics. And I also have a few tutorials on data entry that you can go to the description of this video, watch some tutorials, and you can learn all the basics you need to start offering data entry services. And data entry is in constant high demand. All businesses need data entry work at some point. So as a virtual assistant, it's a good idea to know how to perform data entry work. Okay, the next one is calendar management. When you work as a virtual assistant, most of the times you will be working with business owners and entrepreneurs, and they all use online calendar. And most of the times they need help managing their calendar. And that is why knowing how to manage online calendar is a good skill to have as a virtual assistant. And it's also very easy to learn. I recently made a whole tutorial, a complete course on calendar management. I am going to put a link in the description. So if you don't know much about calendar management, you can watch that video. It will give you a general idea on what you need to know to start working as a calendar management virtual assistant. The next service is email management. Everyone uses email. Especially business owners have multiple email accounts, and that is why most online business owners need help managing their email account, especially someone who is like an online coach, or someone who has like a YouTube channel with a lot of subscribers, or someone who have a website with a lot of traffic. They are going to be receiving emails, a lot of emails every day, and that is why they are going to need virtual assistant to help them manage their email inboxes. They might be managing their own personal inbox, but since they are going to have multiple email accounts, you as a virtual assistant, you can help organize their multiple email accounts and keep everything organized and make sure no important email get missed. And I also have a complete mini course about email management. So if you don't know much about email management, you can just go to the description of this video. You will find a link to that mini course, and it will teach you all the basics you need to know in order to start offering email management services to clients. Okay, the next thing is customer service. Customer service is also something that is in constant demand. No business owner can take care of their own customer service. If someone have a software that is a subscription software, they are going to be receiving complaint and support requests from their client and their customers. If someone have a coaching program, they are going to be receiving emails. If someone have a website with a lot of traffic that is selling something, they are going to be receiving emails. If someone have an e-commerce website, they are going to be receiving emails from their customers. Sometimes customer will place an order and receive a wrong item, or they will buy a wrong item and they want to change it, or for whatever reason, people who have businesses, they need a customer service virtual assistant. So that is why this skill is in constant demand. And there are many apps and many software that customer service representative use for business owners, depending on the type of website or depending on the type of business that you work for. Every business have their own choice. So if you want to become a customer service virtual assistant, you need to do a bit more research on that. I personally never work as a customer service virtual assistant, although I manage website for people, and when a website is not working or someone is trying to buy a course, they are having trouble with purchasing their course, they will send an email and I take care of the email occasionally for people, but I never really work as a customer service virtual assistant. And so that is why if you want to become a customer service virtual assistant, then the next thing you shall do is do some research and understand what you need to learn, the software that you need to learn in order to become a customer service virtual assistant. Okay, the next thing is social media management. Social media management is also something that, as long as there is social media, people are going to need a social media manager. A social media manager is different from social media marketer. As a social media manager, your job will be create graphics, publish posts, respond to DMs, respond to comment, engage with other relevant accounts, but your job is not to market the social media account to reach a certain number of followers or to increase engagement. That is the job of social media marketer. So that is why social media management is very easy to start, because everyone uses social media. And if you use social media, then you know most of the things you need to know to start doing social media management. Except if you are not good with graphic design, then it will be a good idea to learn something like Canva. And if you learn Canva, you can create any type of social media graphics, and it will be easy for you to become a social media manager. Okay, the next thing is research assistant. Research is very easy, really, depending on the type of research that you are doing, but you can work for someone and they will be looking for specific hotels in a specific state that meet specific criteria within a certain budget. And you can just go to Google, search in the area, find hotels who are around the same budget and they have this criteria and they are close to a supermarket, they are close to this and that. And sometimes someone will want you to do a research, like a market research, to find people who are interested in this type of service or that type of service. Doing a research is really vast. There is no standard thing that you are going to research on when you are a research assistant. If you want to work as a research assistant, then the person who you work for is going to give you specific directions on what they are looking for. And all you need to do is spend time on Google and find all the information they need. And depending on the type of information, you might need to put the information in a spreadsheet and you send it to them. So being a research assistant doesn't require too much experience. What it requires is just attention to detail, and it also takes time. Okay, the next service is travel planning. When someone wants to travel out of the country, a lot of the times they need help planning the travel. They need help of someone to find specific hotels or any type of accommodation that meet their budget, to find flight within their timeline, to find a restaurant within the area that they want to travel to, and generally plan all the details of the travel. This is something I never really help someone with travel planning, but it's something that really is easy to do. It's like research. A lot of it is just research. You just speak to the person, understand their budget, understand what they are looking for, and you spend time and plan everything that they are going to need for their travel. Okay, the next service is content creation and management. There are a lot of things in content creation and management. You can write content for website. You can write newsletter content. You can write content for social media. There are a lot of content you can write. And the reason why I say content creation and management, because sometimes you will need to do the managing of the content. For example, I work for someone who they already have their content writer. The person writes the articles. When they finish, they submit the article, and then the article gets published on a website. But the process is not that smooth. So when they hire me, I work with the content writer. I create a spreadsheet. I do a keyword research, and write all the keywords that we want the content writer to write articles about. And when he is ready, he goes to the spreadsheet and take a keyword, write an article. When he finishes, there is a link to a Google Drive folder. You just click, go to the folder, upload the articles for review, and change a status of the article from writing to in review. And I can go in and review the article. When it is ready for publish, I download the articles from the Drive folder, upload it to the website, I publish it, I do some internet linking, I copy the link and add it to spreadsheet. So the content writer writes the content, but I do management. I manage the content. So you can offer either content writing or content management, or you can offer both. And the next thing is basic marketing, basic digital marketing. Every business who have something to sell online, they need a digital marketer. And digital marketing is very big, it's huge. There are a lot of things in digital marketing. So you can pick something basic, something like on-page SEO. On-page SEO is easy, so you can learn on-page SEO and you can start offering it to clients. You can learn basics of social media marketing. You can learn page optimization. There are a lot of things you can learn that are basic, easy to learn and easy to implement. And especially if you are interested in marketing, if you are interested in digital marketing, this is going to be a good place for you to start. If you are interested, you just need to spend some time doing some research to understand some areas of digital marketing, and you pick something basic that you believe is within your own skills or something that will be easy for you to learn. And then you start learning and you start offering to clients. Okay, the next item is personal assistance. Personal assistance is like general virtual assistant. When someone hires you to be their personal assistant, then there is not something specific that you are going to do for them. You are just going to help them on their day-to-day activities. Whenever they need help with anything, they can just pass it on to you. When someone hires you to be their personal assistant, they are most of the times they are not looking for someone who have a lot of skills in something. They are just looking for someone who will be there, someone reliable, someone who is available when they need them. And that is why if you want to work as a personal assistant for someone, you will have an arrangement of you will be available from maybe 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. or you'll be available 7 or 6 or 5 hours per day for them so that you are available when they need you. Okay, the next service is website management. When someone have a website, especially a WordPress website, it requires management like every week. Every week you will have to update all the plugins of the website, all the themes, and even the WordPress itself, you will have to update it. And when you update, you will have to take backup and save it in a drive or somewhere else. Check for comment. If there are some spam comments, you move them to spam. If there are comments that you can approve, you approve them. And you check every page of the website to make sure no update cause any conflict, to make sure there are no any plugin conflict on the website and everything is working perfectly. And the business owner doesn't really have the time to manage their own website themselves, or sometimes they don't even have the skills, or they don't even know what they need to do to manage a website. Easily you can spend like 2 hours per week to manage one single website. So it's not something that will require a lot of time if you know what you are doing. But generally, if you want to offer website management, you have to have experience with building a website. Generally, even if you don't have much experience designing web pages, you need to know how back end of website works, especially WordPress. Okay, the next service is podcast management. There are a lot of podcasts, and anyone who have a podcast, they need audio editing. If they are doing video podcasts, they need video editing. And most of the times when someone do an audio, so especially solo episode, they can transcribe it and make it into a blog post. And everyone who have a podcast, they need a guest. So you have to do a research, find potential guests, and send them an email outreach to invite them to be a guest. And there are many other things in podcast management. So this is also easy to learn. If you are interested, all you need to do is search podcast management and find all the individual services that you need to offer if you want to become a podcast manager. And then you can just evaluate and decide whether you can learn the things that you need to learn, or if it is not something that is right for you. So those are the 12 services that you can choose any from them and start offering to client as a virtual assistant. And of course, no matter what you choose to start offering to client, it will require you to learn how to perform the tasks, how to use softwares, how to do something very specific. And that is why you can watch this next video to learn my own process of learning new things. Whenever I want to learn something new, there is a process, there are places I go to learn, and there is a process I follow to learn something easily. And you can watch this next video to learn all about that. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.